There are still days when I wake up unable to control any part of my body. And when that happens, I move my mattress onto my floor so I don't break bones. And as soon as humanly possible, I get on stage and I do stand-up. Because when I am on stage, I am reminded that my brain makes me me. Do I sometimes wish I could change the parts of me that are not so shiny? Sure. Do I sometimes wish that I could switch the symptoms of Tourette's? Absolutely. Like right now, I'm winking and barking a lot. Wouldn't it be great if tomorrow morning I could wake up with uncontrollable jazz hands? Someone would be like, is that Pam's Tourette's? And someone else would be like, no, she's just fabulous. Stop it. My brain allows me to build off of ideas and to be open to being in the moment. I love having Tourette's. For real, I could not have asked for a more fun neurological disorder if I tried. I love it. But in all honesty, I have learned so much about myself from Tourette's, and I don't know if I would have learned it otherwise. See, those 4 years between when I was 14 and 18 were the hardest and the most amazing years of my life. And what I learned in those 4 years became my guiding compass for life. Basically, everything that I learned from barking. I'm still proud of that. Those years started to teach me to be less afraid of who I am. Here's the thing. I am the most fearful person you have ever met in your life. I live in a world of anxiety. My flight over here was 6 hours of pure terror, and it was a smooth flight. But my biggest fear has always been just being me. Barking in public is terrifying. But once you've done it enough, it stops being so scary. In fact, it can be really entertaining. Once I realized how worthwhile the experiences are that terrified me were, I started making conscious decisions to do them. Tourette's gave me no choice but to make those noises and movement, and that made me start to question, how do I live life like I have no choice but to do the things that terrify me? At some point in my life, I started embracing Tourette's. My brain is witty and quick and creative and wildly inappropriate. And I don't think that's despite Tourette's. Sometimes Tourette's is hard, and it's frustrating, and it's painful, and it's even scary. But at some point I realized that maybe, just maybe, Tourette's is also my superpower. Fear and creativity work hand in hand. When you are afraid to bring who you are to the table, when you are hiding parts of yourself, how can you expect your brain to get comfortable and safe enough to yes and, to innovate, to get out of your own way? All of creativity and doing things that scare you starts with a situation you don't know or you are unsure of. It's opening yourself up to something new. That's what improv is. Creativity and innovation are these big, fat, scary words, and they mean something different to everyone. That's why improv is so incredible. Great improv is this relationship between the performers and the audience. Typically, the audience laughs, and it's not because of the content or because something's funny, but at watching people use other people's ideas, at seeing people happy to make mistakes, listening to each other, letting go of personal agendas, being available and present, and most importantly, unapologetically coming to the table as whoever they are. These things are so rare that they are worth paying money to see. But they can happen anywhere, in an office, at a school, even here.